Because for any of us placed in such a traumatic situation, our soul would be majorly distressed.
Nancy Bloom specializes in post-traumatic stress treatments and says that the Valley offers help, like the Southern Oregon Rehabilitation Center and clinics, as well as a plethora of certified counselors.
This happens to soldiers.
And once people get a hold of some pathway to become, again, their true self and leave behind the traumas of the past, they have a way to move forward.
But she says in order to help more suffering with PTSD, there needs to be a bigger change. Society needs to remove the negative label and replace it with a positive one, knowing that seeking treatment is far better than not getting it at all.
We most often hear it spoken of, that term PTSD, in relation to people who've been in combat situations. But people can be experiencing PTSD from childhood trauma or domestic violence or different things they've encountered.
In a randomized and controlled study published in the Journal of Nervous and Mental Disease found that 86% of the veterans who participated in the study no longer met the criteria for clinical PTSD. That is, after a 6-hour-long emotional freedom technique.
There are different ways of working with PTSD. It is a body, mind, spirit, and emotion condition. And so different approaches that work with all of those seem to help.
While PTSD can affect anyone, the U.S. military acknowledged that suicides hit a record number in 2012, outpacing combat deaths. PTSD experts say the high number of problems related to PTSD, like suicide, are likely due to a prolonged lack of support, which is often driven by a much larger issue.
We need to, I think, develop compassion for people who've been through these extreme situations. When eventually one can get to that, to maybe speak at least a bit about the heart of the matter, of the most disturbing pieces of the past, then that person isn't alone with it anymore. They've shared it, and it's a way of unburdening. And there are ways to heal oneself of what happened in the past. So it sounds less pejorative, less categorizing, less judging, and more understanding.